Jason from kickthepiss.com. Today I want to talk about why you can never stop drinking, why you can constantly going back to drinking when you know that deep down inside you want to stop, you want to do something different, you want to live a better life. Why is it that you keep going back? Because today there's so many reasons to stop drinking, and there's more and more reasons every day that we recognize that our life would be a lot better when we get sober. But deep down inside, it's a battle. It's an internal battle because we've got two parts of ourselves. We've got the part that wants to stop drinking. We've got the part that deep down inside desires to stop drinking, but yet we constantly keep drinking. And then they've got the other part that just wants to stop. That part that just wants to give up, and the part that wants to live a better life. And from day to day, it just depends what part wins. And most of the time, it's the part with the easier, softer way, the part with the least resistance to change. So that part is the part that wants to continue drinking because it's easier to continue something than start something and create a new life, a new legacy, and a new set of behaviors. Because with a new set of behaviors come new actions, and new actions are uncomfortable. How do we take new actions? How do we do something that's uncomfortable in spite of the fact that it might be more challenging than the status quo? Because the status quo isn't good either. But I guess we, as humans, we do more to avoid pain than get pleasure. And we associate so much pain with change. But what we have to recognize is more pain in not changing than there is changing. So how do you do that? You and I both know that if we continue to drink at the levels that you're drinking, there'll be pain, sack upon pain. And what will that pain look like? That pain will be the pain of financial problems, emotional problems, health problems, relationship problems. And more areas of your life get affected the longer that you drink. And you might say, I don't drink that much. But I would call bullshit on that, because any amount that you're drinking that is affecting your life on any level is too much. I'm not saying that you should never drink again and you should live a life of a monk. But at the same time, you should live the life that you want to live. You should be the person that you want to be. And if you're drinking all the time, that is being severely impacted by your alcohol consumption, because you can't be the person that you were born to be if you're putting something in yourself all the time that is taking you away from yourself, that is making you less of a person that you want to be. And if you're doing that consistently, not only are you dealing with the after effects of the hangover and the poor performance the next day, but you're actually having poor performance the same day because you're taking your mind offline. Not only was my work performance affected because I was hungover from day to day, but all during the day, you were just thinking about getting home and getting pissed. And that was the underwriting thing that you're living with, is that need to get away from the feelings of discomfort. But the truth is, you're going to be uncomfortable regardless of what you choose, regardless of whether or not you choose more alcohol or more sobriety. But it's just your level of discomfort will be directly proportionate to the effort that you put in. So I guess it's a choice, and we all get choices in life. And if you're listening to me now, you've got a choice right now. You've got a choice that you can start to build a life that you're proud of. You can start to be the person that you're proud of, and you can start to grow into that person that you know that you were born to be, or you can continue the life that you are existing in now. And if you're anything like me, you'll know deep down inside that there's more to give, there's more to be, and there's more to have if you just step into that person. And the first step, the very first step before you do any other step, is to get sober. And you might say that it's too hard. I would challenge that thought and think it's too hard to continue in the life that you're already continuing on. Where this road leads, the road of alcohol and addiction, it doesn't lead anywhere good. There's nobody that's been successful that continued to drink and continued to dig their life in a big hole and piss it up and had success. There's the odd occasion that people have had success in spite of the fact that they've got an addiction, but they haven't had success because of it. So just imagine how much more success they would have had if they had have been able to conquer that part of themselves that constantly battles with their inner voice, that the two parts of themselves that are always battling, the part that says drink, the part that says don't drink, and they're fucking wrestling every day. But we just go with whatever's easy until it becomes too hard. And that's why a lot of the time it takes a big fucking rock bottom, a big bloody bomb to go off in your life before you'll do anything about it, because then the pain becomes too much to continue in the same behavior. So then you go, fuck, I better do something about this. And then you do. And then you change. That's why when people get too fat, they eat, and then they get really fat and then they have a heart attack. And then they're like, oh shit, I better do something about it. But they knew all along that the heart attack was coming. But you don't have to wait for everything to be absolutely destroyed before you say, okay, this is where I'm at. Now I'm going to do something different. And you might say it's too hard to do something different. I'm stuck and this is my lot in life. I call bullshit on that too, because it's not too hard. It's really fucking simple. You stop drinking and then you start to live life. Yeah, the initial phase of stopping drinking can be quite challenging, can be quite confronting, and might not be pleasant. But I can assure you that the end phase of alcohol isn't fun or pleasant either. So you've really got to choose your heart. You either go through a struggle to get sober and you fight for your life and fight to build a life that you're going to be proud of, and you fight for a life that you're going to live and be excited to wake up to, or you continue to piss it up. And it's not worth that fucking struggle every day of living that life of unlived potential. There's so much more you can do. There's so much more you can achieve. And there's so much more that you can be if you just stop drinking. And I don't want to be like, oh, stop drinking beer. But the truth is, you can't have the life that you really want while you're pissing it up every day. And like I said, it's not about becoming a monk and never drinking again, because that's an all or nothing approach, and that's not going to work for you either. But you've got to get to a point where you don't want to drink, and you might not be there yet, and that's okay. But if you just want a better life and you want to start taking some steps in your life to create a better life, the first step you would do is to get yourself 30 days of clarity and sobriety, so then you can go, okay, reassess where you're at with your drinking, reassess whether a drinking really is all it's cracked up to be. Because it's really hard to really assess alcohol in your life while you're drinking every day, because it blinds your judgment and it shades your whole world. And it's only when you start to get sober, and it's only when you start to get free, that you recognize that you've been in a trap all along. It's only when you're out of the trap that you can see the trap in front of you. And it's only when you can see the hole that you've been digging every day that you recognize that you don't want to live in that hole anymore. And the first step is to put the shovel down, pick up support, get people on your side, get people working towards a common goal, get into a group of people that want to help you and support you and that want to champion you. And not only that you want to champion yourself, that you want to step up and you want to be a winner. Because there's no winners out there that are fucking sitting around drinking. The winners are the ones that aren't drinking. And I believe that you're a winner. If you're not a winner, you wouldn't be listening to this. Because the losers are the ones that are sitting there hoping, wishing and wanting for change and not doing anything about it. Step one is to start to seek help, seek some knowledge out there and start to seek support. And then start to take some action. Whatever that action is, whether it's to get some medical help, whether it's to get some emotional help, some whatever help that you need to start to do that. You need to start to recognize that there is help out there and you're not alone. There's people out there that are going to help you and support you, but first of all, you got to support and help yourself. If you want to get some more information, if you want some help, if you want to start to move your life in the direction that you ultimately want and get sober, I welcome you to join me on the journey. Go to kickthepiss.com. I've put together some free resources and together you and I will start to move our lives in the direction that we want. We'll start to be the people that we want to be, and we'll start to be proud of ourselves. I'm proud of you already for taking the first step of acknowledging that there's something that needs to change. And now it's up to you to take the next step, which is to do something about that. Whether you seek help from me or somebody else, please get some help. Please seek support. Go to kickthepiss.com. And remember, I've got your back. I'm here for you. Now it's time for you to be here for yourself. You're worth fighting for, and I believe that now is the time to change, because there's never been a better time in your life to change than right now. Because now is the only time that you've got. So now it's time to fight for yourself. Fight for your life and fight to have a new life. Because I'm going to fight for you. Now it's time for you to fight for yourself. Kickthepiss.com.